Hey everyone, this is a quick video. It's a follow-up to my girlfriend's video. This is her new B5 buggy. She got it put together yesterday, and well, we took it to the track for practice today, and she did a few laps, tried to get familiar with it, and she did pretty good with the car. This video is a couple things that I just did to it and I'm about to do upgrade wise. She drove the car completely stock. I did a couple things to mine right off the bat, but let me just take this thing off and we'll kind of get into it. First things that I've done or just got done doing is titanium turnbuckles. I've never quite trusted these steelies. These seem pretty hard and they'll probably do good, but let's just put it this way. This is what I got on there. And you know, I paid $27 for them, and right here up at the top it says Lunsford Racing titanium turnbuckles are guaranteed against bending or breaking. Two different sizes, and one for steering, one for the camber links. So with a guarantee like that, well, it's hard to argue with it. I personally have broke one Lunsford, but that was like over 10 years ago. Anything that I've put them on recently, I haven't been able to break. So that's upgrade number one. Upgrade number two would be to replace these. That's the upper shock mount. It's plastic. Pretty much you have a bolt that goes on or through the shock tower hole right there, and then does something like what I'm about to show you. Now I'm about to thread it onto a turnbuckle to simulate the screw, but so this is not exact. Okay, so pretty much you got the screw, the nut goes on the screw, and then this little plastic guy slides over the nut, and then you put the lock nut on top of it. So I don't like plastic things for the whole shock setup, so what I decided to do was go with the factory team blue aluminum guys. Now one thing with the B4, they're a solid piece, and then the little ball part is built into the aluminum piece itself. On these guys, not so much, and I'll show you what I'm talking about real quick. Oh yeah, if you don't know, everything on these cars is metric. There's no standard Allen heads anymore. Everything is, I think it's what, it's either 1.5 mil and 2 mil, or 1.5 and 2.5, something like that. I have to check my wrenches. I know it's the two I use the most, but okay, so you pull this guy off here, pull the shock off, and that's what it looks like underneath. Now the piece you get just looks like that. Aluminum with the shaft. And when I first bought these for mine, I didn't know, but you got to get the little, rounded insert piece at the same time, and they're not expensive. And I'll show you the part number real quick. Let's see, this is for the aluminum bushing. I paid $9 for it. That's a part number, so that's for just the aluminum piece, just that guy right there. And then for the set of 4 of those, it's another couple bucks, but to run these you got to have these two. This is shock bushing balls, for a couple extra bucks. So you're talking about 13 bucks to do the upper mounts with the balls. But that's a good idea for one reason. If you decide to go to the aluminum shock cap here, well, if you had a B4 with the aluminum shock cap and aluminum thing, you'd notice things start wearing out and getting loose. Well, this kind of does away with that. It gives something to wear out that you can replace that's cheap and easy, so you can keep the slack out of your parts. So that's the second upgrade. And last but not least, third upgrade is going to go right there. I haven't done it yet. And honestly, my girlfriend's going to kill me for putting all these parts on it without her doing it, because she wanted to build everything on it. But the last piece is this aluminum front pin brace. This was 12 bucks. Super easy to put on. There's your part number. STRC makes one. It's like 8 bucks, but I'm kind of a stickler for factory stuff because the blue matches and all that crap, and I'm just OCD about that. But the pin brace itself is 4 screws. You got 2 underneath and then the 2 in the front. Yeah, that'll do that. The next upgrade this vehicle will be getting, and I've got it on mine, is I have the J Concept Foxy carbon fiber battery strap, and then I also have the ball milled factory team motor plate on mine, which I will kind of come over here so you can see. Alright, so this guy's mine. Pull the body off real quick. So I'm going to bring it over here, make it a little easier to see. So, setup wise, me and her are running the same exact setup electronics wise. We're running D3.5 17.5 turn motors. They've been slightly tweaked. I have a high torque rotor in mine. She has a high RPM rotor in hers. Both these cars scream. For speed controls, we're using it's a Mamba Max Pro. Since this thing's got such a tight quarters, we pulled the cases off them, and that gives you a little bit room. Kind of mount that in there. Savox servo. The 1258 TG. We're using Spectrum radios. This is the, what is it, SR 301 receiver tilted on its side, racer's edge cap. But yeah, this is the next thing for her car, which is this right here, which I think is friggin' awesome. It's all nicely like cut, and that's J Concepts. Now if you look at the factory team ones, they go for like, for what, $20 to $25 for aftermarket ones. This one is 13 bucks, and it's the best looking one out of all of them. So that's the one I'd get, and that is the J Concepts Foxy. And then the other thing she's getting is that really awesome looking motor plate. Again, that's like the cheaper one out of the bunch. J Concepts is usually right around 22, 23 bucks. That one's like 13 bucks. And you know, I'd have to say, you know, a lot of the factory options are pretty cheap, which I think is cool considering, you know, they could have put more in the kits, but they didn't. So honestly, the fact that some of the cool pieces are kind of lower in price is awesome. But yeah, those are the next two upgrades on hers, and then I think we're going to be good for a while, because honestly, those couple of upgrades make it look good aesthetically, and they function pretty well. So I'm sure she'll be making a new video. If she hasn't posted the one of her driving yet, you'll be seeing that. Race day's coming up this Sunday, so you'll be seeing one from that. And yeah, I mean, you'll be hearing from us. Thanks. Bye.